Hello, beautiful humans, and thank you so much for joining us today. We are a group of Jay Shetty certified life and success coaches from the inaugural class who have come together with the intention to provide a space for people of color and children of immigrants to share their personal experiences, be seen and feel heard, and to give back to this community through life coaching opportunities. Each episode varies in theme or topic, the coaches involved, and the style, structure, or approach of life coaching. For those of you watching, we hope to demonstrate a sliver of the life coaching process, life coaching tools in action, inspire reflection and learning, and remind you that you are not alone. Enjoy.
Today's episode, we're going to be continuing on from last episode where we had a manifesto about self-discipline. So click here somewhere to watch it if you haven't watched it already, but we're going to continue on with the journey that Radhika started on last week. As well, we have different coaches this week. Holla! So the coaches this week will be myself, Shafaq, and Talia. So hope you enjoy. Let us know. Give us feedback. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Coaching and Chill episode 4, I believe. My name's Heather, and I'm 5. Sorry, I'm mistaken.
Actually, I think it's 6.
Oh, my word. So wrong. Starting off on a good note, Heather. Well done. All right. So I'm here from Vancouver. Just going to introduce everyone, all these beautiful people. We've got Janice from California, Shafaq from Toronto, Kusum from Seattle. What's that guy's name again? Oh, yeah. Priyash from London, and Talia from New York, and our special guest, Radhika. And I've forgotten actually where you are, Radhika. Where are you?
California
As well. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us again today. We are all so excited to hear how things went for you. But first, I have 2 things I just want to talk about. One is I just want to thank all of you for giving me, the resident white girl, the space to be part of your community. I'm honored to be here and to be here on a learning journey with you all. So I just wanted to thank you all for allowing me here. And second, I just want to honor us all and recognize what it takes to just show up. All of us are still in a place of having our lives happen around us, and so much is going on for all of us, and yet we're still showing up here, and the people on this call, as well as anyone who's viewing this. It takes a lot for us to recognize that we want personal growth and we want to do things to better ourselves. And regardless of what's going on for us outside, just appreciate and honor yourself for showing up today. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all of you, for everyone who's viewing it and everything. So thank you so much. So yes, let's get on with it if we're all ready. Radhika, again, thank you so much for joining us today. We are beyond excited, and I wanted to do a quick check-in with how you have been feeling and how things have gone for you the last week.
Yeah, it's actually, I'm excited to come here too. I was about to do the journaling and I said, okay, I'll go there and figure out. So, yeah, I'm excited. Going on well. I was pulled into some volunteering work, so I was busy with that. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't do as much reflection I wanted to do.
Right.
But
I was rewatching the episode just before this, and I wanted to ask you in regards to the self-discipline around the little things. You were saying that was the biggest thing that you were kind of struggling with. What big awarenesses did you gain from the last session around those little things?
Yeah, I think one question Kusum asked me is like, when I think I had the self-mastery or the self-discipline, how were you during those times? So actually I put down a lot of stuff that I'm happy about and I'm satisfied I did well. And I tried to write down how I was, during that time. And what I realized very interesting is, during all that time, I was very focused. I was so task oriented, and I was trusting. I think I had everything that I needed to be a very self-disciplined person. So it's not that I lack those. Definitely, I think I have them. But as you were saying, it's, I think, the priority. What I realized is all those things are something to do with my connection, or, that is look like my highest value. If it comes to me being there for somebody, or connecting to somebody, or whether it's a small thing or a big thing, if it is something to do with connection, I can get really focused and really and I trust that it will happen. I think the smaller things which are not so, I feel, oh, things will happen, I don't need to really do it, there I think I kind of push it off. Looks like that's the case.
Right. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Shafaq, over to you.
Thank you for sharing that, Radhika. So now that you understand that it's because of priorities and your connection is the highest value that you have, the little things will happen and you don't need to stress about them. So where do you stand now?
The easy route, that they will happen. That's how I've been. But I think if I look, looking back, I haven't, there was never a time when I'm like, oh, I really had to do it, but I slipped. So I do, but I think I'm not a highly ambitious person, I would say. So I don't have big ambitions. The ambitions I have is to be content and peaceful, I think. So I think maybe in certain way, I'm being very comfortable where I am, and I'm not pushing myself to. That could be the reason. One more big thing that came from the reflections I did is, okay, this was big. I don't know how I missed it, but I think in my mind, I do have a belief, limiting belief, that I cannot handle a lot of things. Definitely, there is something in my mind that I can't handle a lot of stuff. I just have to focus on one. And there is a lot behind that too. I think I'm happy in certain areas, and I think there is some guilt somewhere in the past where I focused on one thing and I didn't really pay too much attention to the other stuff, which I think I feel I shouldn't. I mean, I'm saying guilty because consciously I know I shouldn't. So subconsciously there was, especially things like, when my younger one was in middle school and she was going through that turbulent teenage, I was so focused on her. I quit my job and I was so focused on her, and it really it's for good reason. That's because of those turbulent years. I have very good connection with my younger one. But at that time, my older one in high school, she was also struggling a little bit. I was there, but not like as much as I'm on my younger one. So I think after the high school, she did little, she did struggle. And I think in my mind, I was like, I should have paid more attention to her too. But even then, my thinking was like, I can't even focus on both the kids. I just, that belief is there in my mind, I think. And I now, thinking in those lines, yeah, people do say, oh, my close family, they tease me like, if you have something in your mind, that's it, nothing else matters. So I'm like, I think I can only handle one thing, is my limiting belief is I feel. So right now, actually, the issue with the going for the coaching business and all, I think somewhere I'm not exactly sure if I'm overthinking, but there could be some resistance in my mind that if I'm too focused on this business thing, I'm going to neglect my family or not give enough, you know. So there is some area that needs clarity for sure. Oh. I've been trying to tell myself that no, I can do a lot of stuff. I can handle a lot of stuff. But I think not, as I said, I got pulled into something very important. So I was focused on that. So I didn't really do too much of reflection to rewire, what to rewire. And I haven't focused too much on it. So that's where I am.
Thank you for sharing that. Now we have something to do for this session.
We have a lot of things. Thank you a lot for. There's like there was so many insights that you shared, and that's how we get to it. You started with one thing and you transitioned to another thing, and I want to go back actually to Shafaq's question from last session that she asked you about when you succeeded in achieving those big things. And last time you mentioned how focused you were during the adoption period. And can you tell us a little bit more now? What was the recipe for you at that time?
Recipe. I think I was obsessed with it. I should say I get obsessed with it. Like all the other things are blur actually. If I really look back into the process and all that, all I remember is I'm like, oh my God, my daughter is born somewhere there, born and somewhere there. How can I be peaceful here? I don't know how she's being taken care, that kind of obsession, which was not needed. At that time, I really didn't have, after last 10 years has been really my, if I say self-development or spirituality, that growth. It's before that time, in now thinking back, I mean, I could have been much more calmer and stable. But that time it was a roller coaster. For me, I was like desperate to get her as soon as I can. I wouldn't even know, I didn't even know I didn't have the details of anything, but I knew that there's my child somewhere. So that's what actually, so it was kind of I do get obsessed with things.
Thank you, Radhika, so much insights. Very, very aware of yourself, which is amazing. I really like that. So I wanted to clarify something though, because I think maybe I'm just a bit unclear. So it sounds as though when there's something big in your life, you're able to just put all of your focus on that thing and kind of everything else gets blurred out. And then when you're in a situation where you're in now, where you've got two kids that are older and they don't need as much kind of attention as they once did, you're kind of lost in the sense of direction, in the sense, like you don't have one single thing to focus on. You're kind of, because you don't have that one single thing, you're kind of lost into what to put your focus on. If it's your kids, if it's your career, if it's your whatever else is going on for you. How do you want to be? How do you want to feel? And like, how do you want to act in your day?
Actually, Heather, let me, it's not that I don't have a direction.
Okay.
I do have a direction. Actually, currently my issue is I should be able to put full focus on coaching business. Mm-hmm. Whereas I'm not really giving that much focus to it, because I'm trying to go between family and the business, and it's my issue is I'm not it's just that we came about self-discipline, right? So I feel I lack the discipline where I hear a lot of people saying, oh, they can put these things in their to-do list and they can do it. For me, it's not like that.
Can I just point out one thing? And again, this comes from a reflection of the last episode. You actually said in the last episode, what you feel in your heart, there's nothing that will stop you. So
Yeah.
what is keeping this coaching business not in your heart in order for you to not like to just keep moving forward to it? Like, why is the coaching not in your heart? Because you know that when it's in your heart, nothing's going to stop you. So why is this not in your heart?
Coaching is in my heart. The business part is not in my heart. I'm actively coaching people.
Okay.
And when I am coaching, I don't care about my family also. So I close the door and that's it.
Right.
So I have no issue with that. I think the business part, where, I think I'm not so keen about it. And I have a lot of things like, oh, I'm not so good with writing. So right now I have to write the content. For that, I mean, there is so much resistance. I can see that I'm like, oh, I'm not good with writing. I don't know what to write. So it just goes off. That kind of discipline I lack.
Thank you.
Amazing. It's perfect. So if you could take a step back and instead of focusing on what you can't do or what skills you lack, and just give me your definition of business. How do you view a business?
That's a good question. I mean, all I care is I want to coach people. Whether I have business or not, I don't know. Right now, that's not actually, right now, that's not my focus because as I said, I gave myself time till my daughter goes to college. I don't have to work. It's in my mind. So if it is actually 1.5 years after, and if I really have to choose, maybe that time I'll put business as the top priority because there, if I don't have the business, I have to go the other route. But right now I'm like, oh, there is 1.5 years, so it will happen. What's the big deal? Kind of attitude, I think.
Okay, let me ask the question another way. What's the difference for you between coaching and business?
Oh, coaching is coaching people free.
And
Coaching business is money, right? For me, it's as simple as that. And maybe with business, I can reach more people. That I think that can happen.
right, but the resistance is coming from the money part I'm hearing.
Mhm. Yeah.
Talia, take it away.
Thank you, Radhika. Let's talk about it, about reaching people. And the question is like, what impact your soul wants to make in the world?
Impact. I like to spread spirituality. That's my thing. I feel spirituality gives so much of solace and solutions for a lot of stuff. And I see like a lot of people don't have that concept. So all I feel is if they get little bit pushed into it, they'll live a happy life. That's my thinking. So whoever has issues and if they come across me, then I would like to give them that push or insights so that they get interested, or that's what it is.
Thank you. Radhika, so it sounds as though right now there's not really a big push for you, logistically speaking, in order for you to push this coaching business
Yeah,
forward.
I think so. Yeah.
And so for you, you're kind of sitting back and knowing that you can learn the tools that you need to in order to be prepared for the timing that you need to have the coaching business kind of. So what do you need to know in order to be able to have a coaching business?
I need to have a website, I think, because even for people in my circle, I want them to know that I'm doing it, and as a, it's basically telling them officially that I'm doing this.
So it adds legitimacy.
Yeah.
Can I pose the question again? What do you need to know in order to have a coaching business? Not have. So you're going to have a website, but what do you need to know in order to have a coaching business?
I think my big obstacle, I don't know if I am answering properly, but I think it's the money. Asking money is a big block for me.
So you need to be able to have the confidence to ask people for money for your services.
Yeah, confidence, and I should be actually convinced that I have to.
Convinced that you have to. Can you elaborate on that?
For me, it's like, okay, why money is my question right
what's
now.
The answer? What's the answer to that?
I don't have an exact answer.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have to be really much? Do I really have to work on myself to actually, now that I'm saying, thanks for that question. I haven't thought about it this way, but my like, do I really have to involve? I mean, money will come if it has to come. Do I really have to push myself to change it? And do I have to do that? Yeah, I think that's my thing. I'm hearing that I have to really work on my money mindset and I have to do certain things, but do I really have to? It's coming from somewhere.
Only you can answer that question. Only you can answer that question.
Yeah, I think that's, as I'm saying, I haven't thought about it before. It's coming out now. So it's a question for myself, I know. But yeah, I think that might be my block.
Shafaq?
You asked yourself why money. For clarification purposes, to get to your resistance, I want to ask, why not money?
Yeah, I'm not saying why not. I'm not saying I don't want. But do I have to actively go for it?
Do you want to go for it?
No.
Okay. So you listed a couple of things. You said you want to have your website, and you want to write articles, and you want to create content around your coaching business. If you take the money aspect out of it, what would these things help with your coaching, purely coaching?
Both the website, I mean, people will know and reach me, right? If they know that I'm really doing it, seriously, then people will come to me if they need. That's one thing. The content, actually, it's nothing to do with my coaching. Oh, the website content. Yeah, people should know what I am actually doing, right? What I can help them with. I have to write that down. But the articles are basically just when I read books or when I have some things in my life, I really get very awed by, by the universe. I see everything as a lesson and how the universe is conspiring for every, all those concepts. I really love it. So, and I like to put them on a paper. Because if I talk, people will act like I'm weird. So it's better I put it on a paper, and people who really like it, they'll read it. So it's just the spreading whatever I am enjoying. That's all. That is for the articles. Did I answer your question, Shafaq? I don't think so.
Yes, somewhat. I had a follow-up, but I'll let Talia go with it.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying what website and content would do for you. And what I hear is there, like you have a belief that website is the tool for you for people to know that what you're doing, and with the content you want to share your wisdom. And there is two beliefs within those two aspects. So what if there was other ways for people to know what you're doing and to know that you exist in the coaching space? What would that be?
I believe more on word of mouth, and maybe social media. I see all of you and see social media can be powerful, but that scares me. Like, as that's a lot of work. As I'm saying, I'm not so, yeah, this is another belief in me that I am not a very efficient person. The same thing that I can't handle too much. So social media might come, and Facebook also something I can, I see a lot of people. I did like join few groups, and I can see some potential there. Yeah.
Which one would you enjoy?
One-on-one coaching is what I enjoy for sure. Like you're talking about putting myself out there.
Yes.
Would enjoy more. I think any interaction I enjoy, as long as I can handle it. Any sharing my wisdom or talking, anything I enjoy. So between Facebook and Instagram, those two are the ones you're talking about, right?
Oh, you mentioned several.
Oh, even the word of mouth thing, if you include, yeah, I think word of mouth, that would be my, because I'm not a, when I talk to people, yeah, they're telling other people is the best thing for me. That's what I
Thank you for letting, thank you.
Radhika, I'm still stuck on something, and I don't know if it's just me, but when you talk about putting yourself out there and building the business, you're talking about sharing your story and sharing your nuggets of wisdom and all that you have to offer as a person and as a coach. And I still keep going back to what I heard you say, that what you feel in your heart, nothing will stop you. So your wisdom and the thing that you want to share with people and how you want to help people is sharing your story and like giving that information and talking to people, and like you said, like writing and telling people and helping people understand better how to be better is what you're passionate about, but yet you're not moving forward with it because of a fear. We got to get down to that, man. We got to get down to what's stopping you. Yes. because you've proven to yourself and to your family and to us already that if you want something, you're going to do it. You're just going to plow through it. So what is stopping you here? If you have all this wisdom and you have all these nuggets, but yet you're not doing it out of fear, what's going on for you?
Yeah, it's the self-doubt, Heather. You got that. Yeah, it's definitely the self-doubt. I mean, what I realized watching the Facebook coaching clinic is what I lack in the confidence thing. I think I have everything else except the self-assurance. That's what I lack.
So
I
how
really
would-
have to hear from other people to really believe it. And even other people won't make me believe totally. I doubt.
So how would you coach a client that needs self-assurance?
Coaching is easy. Coaching myself is tough.
But how would you help them? And how would you,
Um,
what advice would you give a friend?
I think one of the things I would think is the affirmations for sure. And every time reflect whenever there's something happens and whenever they're looking for external validation, remind themselves that they don't need it, and affirming themselves, and keep reminding them and keep looking at the accomplishments they have done in the past and keeping a record of them and looking at them often. That's what I would tell them. And I'm doing it.
Maybe getting more specific would help. So you said you need self-assurance because you doubt yourself too much for being able to build this brand. I'm not going to call it business because business is related to money for you. So building this personal brand of yours, which might or might not include money, that personal brand, what exactly about that process do you doubt within yourself?
I don't think I'm doubting the process.
If we could go back to self-assurance, you said you want self-assurance to be able to do this, right?
Not for this, in general. Heather was asking what was actually stopping me. So maybe I'm now thinking maybe I am not even giving permission to dream big. Maybe.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm just saying, is that something that is stopping me? Is what because I feel I'm content doing what I'm doing right now. So I'm thinking, why am I not even going a little further? Am I not giving permission, or I'm scared to give permission? I don't know.
You said that the impact that you want to make is spread spirituality, right? And we're hearing that you're not doing that as much as of now.
No, I'm doing that.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I always talk to people. I'm always on that mode. So
Okay.
I do that. I'm not in any way hoping I want to do more or anything. I'm pretty full with my the daily thing, and I'm doing those things. I think I'm that way. I'm very content right now. But now sometimes I'm thinking, why am I not? Because in this thing, I see people doing a lot of stuff, and I'm like, I don't know why I'm actually not eager to do those things. All I care about is the coaching part. That's it. If I find somebody, or if somebody says, oh, they might need help, I'll talk to them and try to, but I'm not sure why I'm not really thinking ahead in those lines. I'm guessing a lot of things. One thing is not giving permission to myself to dream big, and another thing might be money. That might be a big block for me too. Those two I feel are the things that's stopping me.
Well, you just summarized everything that I was going to say. So we're going to wrap up today's episode. And I was meant to summarize, Radhika, but you just stole my job.
Sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm just kidding. Thank you so much for sharing today. And I'm just in awe of your awareness and your ability to understand what's going on for you. It's really admirable. But before we go, I just kind of want to go around to the other coaches who are viewing today and see if they want to share any insights or words of wisdom or anything around today's episode. Janice?
Thanks, Heather. Yeah, so I want to, of course, acknowledge you, Radhika, again for being bold and courageous in sharing your story with us and allowing us to work through what you're working through with you. My sort of takeaway, or what I want to share right now, is not necessarily related to your story, but more for a broader audience who may be watching. But something that you said that stuck out was like having this lack of self-assurance. And so I wanted to offer a tool for anyone watching that may be experiencing this in whatever endeavor, big dream, or another sort of tool that they can implement if that's something that they're facing. But you sort of mentioned it as far as going back to looking at your past accomplishments. But another sort of tool that I like to offer people is to just sort of acquire and look at like past testimonies. So maybe to use you as an example, all the connections that you have made in the past, do you have a compilation of success stories or amazing insights that people you have connected with have gained from working with you? So for anybody else out there, whatever line of work you're in, what testimonies or reaffirmations of a job well done or great connections made that you can look back at and sort of build that confidence and self-assurance in yourself. Maybe that will shed a little bit of pep in your step to continue moving forward.
Thanks, Janice.
That's it.
Kusum, you're up.
Thank you.
Thanks, Heather. Radhika, first of all, I absolutely love your raw and realness that you bring to every session with you. You were not scared to bring up anything that you're just thinking in the moment. I sense that everything that you're just thinking in the moment, there's no filters. You're absolutely openly sharing that with us. And that's so powerful. I really want to acknowledge you for that. So thank you for being that person and being so open to share everything with us. Based on everything you were saying, a couple of things stuck out for me is, one thing, necessity is the mother of all inventions. Mm-hmm. So in your case, there is no necessity for you to go above and beyond and do what it is that you're currently doing. You're very complacent with where you are in life right now, right? There is no need for money. So everything else that you think you should be doing to build your successful coaching business, you don't have the internal motivation to build that, right? That in and of itself is lacking. And you were trying to piece different pieces together. There's self-doubt, there is, lack of confidence. There's a lot of these pieces of the puzzle that need to come together, right? But I would invite you to go back and reflect on the fact that you mentioned something. If people are coming to you asking for help, you help them, you coach them, right? One big question, not just for you, for everyone else watching this, is how many people really know that they need help and they acknowledge that they need help, mm-hmm. right? If I am able to put myself out there and educate people on the areas where they need help, that is a huge deal, right?
when we say coaching business, that's exactly what we do. At the end of the day, it's no social media, it's no website, it's none of the other things, but just educating people on why coaching is necessary. So, like Shafaq was asking you, how do you define coaching business? Because for you, coaching and business are two different things, right? So, I would invite you between now and next week to really think about why is that business aspect important to you. So these were some of the things that stuck out for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll reflect on all those, definitely. Thank you, Janice and Janice. Sorry.
You're fine.
I'll reflect on all those things. Actually, this week, hopefully, I'll have a lot of time to reflect. Yeah.
Priyash?
Yeah, I was writing like a few notes down of just things that you were saying, and one thing that stood out, and I think is quite common within the South Asian community, and it's something I've picked up on with people that I've worked with as well, is this whole concept of you mentioned the words external validation, and then you said you see a lot of people and what they're doing on social media and stuff, and I can only see this one light bulb flashing right now, and it's comparisons. And I just feel like within, I don't know whether or not you'll agree with it or not, but it just seems that you're comparing your situation to other people and what other people are doing, and that potentially may be acting as like an obstacle in your way, which adds to the self-doubt. It was just what I was hearing. It was more like when you mentioned like, do I have the permission to dream big? What I'm hearing is that you're comparing yourself to other people. You talked about the money mindset. It's more about your situation to other people and what you're doing for life against what everyone else is doing. You're comparing your situation to them. And whether or not that's right or wrong, it's kind of what like I fed from this in particular. And I just feel like it's something that definitely gets taken to another level within the South Asian community. And I resonated with that a lot because I felt that was kind of me a while ago, and working on it and no longer feeling that way moving forward, it's definitely helped me and benefited me moving forward. So yeah, if that's something you're going to explore, fantastic. If not, it's just what I picked up on.
Yeah, thanks, Priyesh. I think the external validation thing is correct. And comparison wise, actually, I don't think I compare with anybody. And social media is mainly my issue with, like, if I look at it, I'm like, oh, if it, first of all, even looking at social media takes so much of my time. So I think I tell myself that I cannot handle this. But comparisons was never my issue. I don't think I compare with anybody, whether people who are not there yet or people who are up there. I do truly believe that I am unique and no need to compare. I don't think comparison is there, but the external validation, definitely that's there. I'm the third child, and I think looking back and reflecting a lot, I think I do look a lot for external validation, which I don't these days. I'm really thinking, for me to really go into JSCS, I waited. I knew that I wanted to do something in those lines for past 2-3 years, but I think I looked for people to tell me or validate me that, yeah, this is your gift, go for it, which I didn't get. So it took that long for me. So now I realize if I really believed in myself, I should have done it earlier. And it's not like they're not supportive. It's just their personalities are different, and some are not appreciative, or some won't vocalize. So it's just that depending on their thing, they haven't validated it, which I was looking for, looks like. And after I got into JSCS and after I'm doing coaching, there is so much of validation that's coming my way. I think now I'm like, I unnecessarily looked in the wrong areas. I shouldn't have. I should have like believed in myself more. But that is definitely, it's been there. So I have to really rewire that.
I think the message that you're sharing, Radhika, is it will probably ring true for a lot of people watching. And I know all of us have our own demons in regards to self-belief and limiting beliefs and the core negative beliefs that we all kind of harbor. I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving, and I'm not good enough. And we spend our whole lives proving that they're true and then realizing, wait, I don't want to believe those things, and trying to figure out ways to unbelieve them. So you're on your way, and we're happy to be on this journey with you. Shafaq, I think, has a reflective question to give for you for the week ahead until our next session. And then we'll sign off for today's Coaching and Chill. Shafaq.
Thank you. Just quickly, Radhika, it's like you've been asking, do I have to? Do what you want to, have fun in the process. And the question that I would be really curious to know is, if you did have permission to dream big, what would you dream? That's it.
Boom. That's a question we can all answer. That's amazing. I love it. Thank you.
Everyone watching.
I love it. Everyone watching.
Please, if you did have the permission, without the cans, the I don't have the skill, the whatever, the logistics,
the shoulds.
Had the If you had the permission and you could do anything in the world, how big will you dream and what would it look like?
Yeah, powerful question, Shafaq. Thank you.
And roll the credits. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Again, Coaching and Chill is a weekly YouTube show. Tune in next week for our next show. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all of you again for your time and energy and space and love. I love you all. Heather, out.
Cut.
Thank you.
Thank you, Radhika.
Thank you so much. It's really powerful. I'll really go deep into reflection and come back with a lot of awareness. I promise.
We can't wait to hear about it.
We do not doubt that at all.
If any part of these sessions resonate with you, please subscribe to this channel, like, comment, or share this episode with someone you think will benefit. We hope you find these sessions valuable, and we are most definitely open to feedback so that we can serve you better and increase our impact and reach. We want you to know how much we love and appreciate